Hey everyone, it's Ray. Welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. In the last episode, a lot happened. We went back to Garlemald, we did a dungeon, we did a trial on the 13th, and we met with Zero and Golbez again. We figured out how the key works, sorta. Well, at least we know how to use it. Well, since we've done the dungeon and trial, I don't know exactly how much is going to be left for this episode, but we'll find out, I guess. As if it's a short episode, I apologize. No, I won't splice this into the last episode. I think it'll just be by itself. So let's go ahead and get started and see everyone. Hi, Nixie. Golbez. A key of yours intrigues me. Had my former self known of its existence, I might have sought different means to reach the source. Alright, Zero. A beacon from beyond. Zero has something to discuss with you. Until our battle earlier, I hadn't called upon darkness in some time. In truth, I find light a better fit these days. Ever since you left, we've been roaming the void in search of individuals who would join our cause. Although we returned to the Red Moon after sensing Enoa's presence, rarely do we linger in a single location. However, if the interloper you spoke of doesn't tend to seek me out, it might be wise to return to my domain. Why don't you join us? With Enoa defeated, the source should be in no imminent danger. Sure, I'll join for a second. Good, we'll wait for you by the crater. Alrighty. Golbez? There's a teleporter situated between here and the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, though I seldom had need once my generals were in place. Higiorm herself created the device that I might lay low in the Servant of Light. Ironic that we now use it to seek and to restore light to the void. Forgive my idle reminiscence. 'Tis time we made our descent. Alright. It's actually been a while since we've been here. Though it was not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we were able to harness the residual ether from Farbaricia's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Right, we had best prepare for our potential guests. Join me in my abode when you're ready. Golbez? There are many in this domain who still fear me. I shall remain here to avoid needless provocation. That must be Golbez. I would gladly consume his ether if I stood the slightest chance of not being gobbled up first. Alright. I waited an eternity for Zeromus to save this world, but my faith was misplaced. In the end, it was Zero who brought us hope. She's the reason I keep coming back here day after day. Alright. Let's, go in here. I imagine you remember these, the transmitters we used to receive light from the first. Memories preserved, they work by channeling excess ether left in the wake of the flood of the Crystal Tower. Using the tower's cross-rift travel capabilities, light is then conveyed into the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Alright. Use the Aether Transmitter at the designated location. Let us see. Let's go ahead and place it here.
Upon activation, These transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
Oh, there he is.
I did not expect to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible.
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Very well. This light is ample proof your comrades spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And
Awesome.
you shall have mine.
Alrighty. It would seem Ulysses' intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing word to me. I gather you'll head home soon rather than later? You'll not be yeah. Then let's return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell. I'd love to explore a little bit more, but, I kind of want to just see how things go.
Would you deliver a message to Ulysses for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Of course.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
Sure thing.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us. Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
Of course. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. You take care.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum. Wait. Is that...
Hey guys! Kiss me?
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Sorry about that. Let me explain.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-Sent incursion abruptly ended. We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
What indeed? Oh! Well, hello.
And who might you be? Not a Void-Sent, I'd wager.
Greetings. I am Helmerut of the Ascians. We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms? I was
Well,
willing to
now.
talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
God, she's so timid.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Oh boy, you little shit!
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Helmerut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia. And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards.
Freaky.
Unlike the one we Ascians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth. Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Well, shit.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost, yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice. When all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. It would be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations.
So you did this knowing it would be fucked up. Fuck you.
The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Oh boy.
Even if everything you claim is true, what you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable.
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit.
What?
The pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Wait!
Really comparing us to Xenos, huh? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Alright, Y'shtola? Though I am tempted to dismiss a preemptive rejoining as an utterly absurd solution, our words are not to be taken lightly. Tancred? Trust the Ascians to be plotting something utterly reprehensible. The Ascians are labored to resurrect Zodiark and bring back those who rendered their lives to summon him. For the sake of those who now live, we fought tirelessly to oppose them. Halmar doth truly seek a rejoining to avert this solstice, to ensure some survive when overall the world would perish, then our interests are not so disparate. That's fucked. Alphino? Alize? Halmar can't be speaking the truth, can she? Ryle? You'll have to forgive me, I'm still coming to terms with this all. Raha? To think that individuals of Calyx ilk or worse exist on other shards. Living Way? Oh, there you are! One moment you were standing before me, and the next you'd vanished into thin air. Thanks to you, all the voids that have been eradicated and the gate lies sealed. Once more, there's been nary a peep from the crater. Though I can't help but notice you not share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? Sorta. The star seeks to become whole? But that's preposterous! As far as I'm aware, Highland made no mention of a natural rejoining. I have to consult the records to be certain. But not before thanking you for dispatching the void scent so handily. You well and truly saved the day. For now. Alfie? Trail to the heavens. Capstone. The implications of the solstice and the winter's schemes, as well as our approach moving forward, will take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean all our fellow Scions. For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Chitaro and the others would be happy to meet us there. A fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections? Is settled then. To the Rising Stones. Alrighty. Been a while since I've been to Revenant's Toll. And warp. In we go. Alphino. Everything has changed since we last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she is, and a great many other of her comrades are en route. Let's wait for them a while longer.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here.
It has been a while.
Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only. Thereafter, we did largely operate independent of one another. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Oh.
Apologies for our delay.
Ori! Ultane! Oker! Lamine! Tataru!
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with. But we're working on it.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag.
Probably.
Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savour our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments. Will you apprise us of the details?
Of course. So, where do we begin?
The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Void Sense incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the Source and the Reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
Ugh. This sucks. What can we do?
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
She should have. I think she knew and chose to trust in us.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
Apparently so. Oh, yeah, I guess. Oh. Well, there's a few people to talk to. Oker, we rarely talk to you. How are you? Aenor and I were training in Britannia when Voidsent attacked the Twelveswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adders. When I heard the invasion had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation and ordered a confidential report sent to the other Scions. That's why Tatara was so quickly apprised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste for Garlemald. While circumstances and duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by common purpose. Indeed, that purpose continues to guide us that we stand together once again. And Hori. Coltene and I have remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Garleans and the Corvosi. Though seldom smooth sailing, the time and the region settled, we were able to return. I understand the Garlean community has made great strides in improving relations with the other people. Hearing that, I feel renewed for resolving the issues in Corvos. And perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Garlean's accomplishments from me and the twins. It might stroke that fire even hotter. Alright. Y'shtola. Judging by your guise, Clement, your studies have been productive? Indeed, I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Charlian astrology. At one point I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I don't think I've been much use on the battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target. Sorely bereft of brotherly ministrations as I am. I knew you still required constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. It makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring. The brothers are united, yet a distance between them persists. How cruel fate has it forced me to choose? Aenor, come on. Pick one already. Alright, Thancred. After Urian J and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Jacques Tarel. We never had the chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east to Lozinihetta before heading to the coast and the frigid northern reaches. There we revere a story beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how diverse Tarel really is. We also met with the Wallachri, though we had not the time to study their arts at length. We were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. Whether we could have indulged in our curiosity further and traveled to yet more distant lands, for better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. We should very well much like to return given the chance. Second honeymoon? Second honeymoon. Alright, Alfie. It was by no means an easy decision, but as the solstice is now our paramount concern, Alize and I have opted to formally withdraw from our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our own world will also serve to keep the Garleans safe. Ulysses and his comrades are already working towards a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead, but hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our hearts and with our heads held high one day. Indeed, in the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Ulysses and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. Alright, and Tataru. It seems everyone has much more to discuss with one another. Anyway, I think you're overdue for a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite. Alright, quest complete. Let's see the teaser for the end of 7.5, because we still have the 0.56 patch to do. But that's later.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Calling us out.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential. You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth.
Oh, really now?
A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
Why tell me where you're going?
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost? I will share with you a truth.
Oh, really now?
We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world. Fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
I still can't take that fucking toy seriously. But he's got a point. What can we do? What am I supposed to do at this point? If shattered stars are doomed to mend, how turns the key to winter's end? And that's patch 7.5. We still have the Alliance raid to do, and then Hildebrand, and then finally patch 7.56, the entryway into Evercold. Well, we'll see where that leads us. But for now, this has been Ray, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day.